Good morning, my dearest students. How are you today?
Morning, I'm fine.
Excellent, really nice. Thank you. Welcome to your English class. Good morning, Mauricio. Mauricio Abdiel.
Hey, teacher.
Hello, hello. Hey, how are you? How was your weekend? Good?
Kinda. I was doing the social hours, so I didn't have too much time
Hey, where
to
are you
write
doing that?
yet. Social hours.
Yeah?
You mean why am I doing right now and not
Uh-huh.
before?
Why and where?
Ah, wait and where? I am doing in a school near to my hometown.
Oh, that's nice.
Uh, but now Yeah, my hometown, but now I'm in other house, so I need to take a bus.
Ah, okay.
But
So, uh-huh.
I'm doing. I I I okay. I've been doing until now because I have some problem with the hours, the years, the years before.
Okay, what kind of students do you have? Primary school
Now we
or
don't have.
basic?
No, it's from from first grade until the
6?
11th
11.
grade.
Oh my
So
goodness. How many
yeah, it's
students do you
other
have?
grades.
Yeah, how many students do you have?
We don't have the students right now.
Virtual.
I'm just helping to the teacher, the
Ah,
director,
okay.
and the
Hey,
principal.
okay. That's nice. That's nice. Thank you so much. And thanks for sharing,
And they
Mauricio.
come out.
Excuse me?
Okay.
Ah, okay. I think you got some problem with your internet. I think. Okay, thank you. Good morning, Jackie. How are you today? Sleepy? No?
Good morning. No, I'm not sleeping.
Have you had your breakfast?
No yet.
Really?
Yeah.
My
Yeah.
goodness, I got a pupusa now, but well, I'm teaching, so I cannot eat. So,
Okay.
so tell me, Jackie, how was your weekend? What do you do?
Okay. It was fun. And on Saturday, I went to my mom's house
Mm-hmm.
in the afternoon, of course. Then yesterday, I I watched TV,
Mm-hmm.
and also I had some visits.
Ah, okay, nice. Okay, was a good weekend. Thanks. Thanks for sharing. Let's see. Good morning, Irene Canales. Hello, hello, Irene. Good morning. Five,
Good
four.
morning.
Excellent. Okay. How are you?
More or less.
Really? Are you
I
sick?
yeah,
My goodness. Do you have flu? Fever?
yeah,
My
yeah.
goodness. Miren, ay, tengo un montón de gente enferma, no solo de la universidad, sino que también gente de la academia. Tengo un montón de gente enferma, pero bueno, yo creo que esto es como cuando nos da varicela, ¿verdad? Que mi modo, o sea, nos tuvo que llegar en algún momento. So, but can you participate in class, right?
Yeah.
Excellent. Okay, Irene, tell me please, how was your weekend?
Um, was boring. I just was here at home and I did some homework.
Okay, but what do you do? You were watching TV or something like that? Because you had to
Yeah,
stay at home, right?
yeah. On weekend I like to watch movies at night
Okay.
and I like to get up late.
No, that's nice. Me too. I really like to watch series. Yes, I really like to do that. Thank you so much, Irene, ¿ok? Y gracias por ser responsable, hija, ¿ok? Teacher, estoy enferma, pero aquí estoy. Excelente. Anita, good morning. How are you?
Hi, good morning.
How was your weekend?
A little bit boring like Irene.
My goodness, really? Did you stay
Sí,
at home or did you did you go somewhere?
no, we can go out right now because my sister has COVID, so we are in quarantine.
Yes, I understand that. Okay, but how do you feel?
Good, really.
Okay, okay, nice, excellent. Mhm.
I am the only one that
You don't
was
have the
negative.
virus?
Uh-huh.
Oh my
Yeah,
God, that's good, excellent. Maybe your immune system is good.
yeah.
Excellent. Thanks God. Thank you so much. Ok, my dearest students, esta es mi forma de pasar lista. Miren, antes de comenzar la clase, la conversación que vamos a tener para practicar, saben que yo estaba viendo, ¿cuándo fue? Eso fue creo que el sábado, sí. Fue el sábado, bueno, no importa, el chiste que fue este fin de semana. Yo no sé si ustedes vieron un video que andaba circulando de que estaba un maestro dando clases virtuales y salía una alumna dormida en clases, profundamente dormida. O sea, y número uno, vea, yo, bueno, yo acá, ustedes no lo pueden ver, pero yo acá en mi pantalla tengo el chat de ustedes activado. ¿Por qué? Primero porque me gusta ver que si tienen sus micrófonos correctos, etcétera. Y segundo, pues en este caso me gusta ver que el listado de los alumnos porque ahí es donde yo los agarro. Entonces, me daba tristeza, o sea, al principio me dio risa, ¿verdad? Pero después me dio tristeza no tanto el ver a la niña dormida en clases, sino que, ¿cómo les explico? O sea, en mi caso yo creo que nunca nadie se ha dormido en mi clase y no es porque yo sea la mejor de las mejores, ¿verdad? Sino que en este caso, sino que en este caso yo siento que la dinámica de las clases virtuales, imagínense en presenciales, pero si fue virtuales, o sea, yo al menos eso hago. Yo cada 2, 3, 5, 10 minutos ustedes participan. Entonces, esa es mi forma de pasar lista. Por ejemplo, ahorita comencé, mira, ¿y cómo estuvo tu fin de semana? Pero yo en realidad, chicos, estoy anotando la lista. O sea, esa es mi lista de asistencia. Ver a un alumno, en su caso es más fácil porque ustedes son poquitos, pero el otro grupo que yo tengo son bastantes alumnos y en este caso yo los puedo ver conectados a todos, pero yo no sé quién en realidad está en la clase. Entonces, mi forma de pasar lista es esta. Aparte de que usted participa en toda la clase, le doy 5 segundos para que no responda. O sea, si a los 5 segundos no responde, ok, está bien, algo tuvo que haber pasado, pero le voy a volver a preguntar y ahí sí tiene que participar. El punto es que primero me dio risa porque la muchacha esa estaba profundamente dormida con su cámara abierta y el maestro, vea, imagínate que achicado porque, o sea, yo digo, parte de que ustedes estén wake up es parte del rol de uno también. Si usted no quiere que sus alumnos se le duerman en clases presenciales, virtuales, usted tiene que ver qué hace, qué dinámica, qué metodología, qué forma utiliza. Entonces, al principio me dio risa, pero después dije, no, puchica, qué tremendo, vea. Well, okay, señores, as you know, we got some questions here. If you see, the questions are very easy to understand. I'm going to ask to Mauricio Abdiel, could you please turn on your audio and just help me to read the questions? Thank you.
Excuse me, it's a question. I didn't hear it.
Do you understand my instructions? No? Hello,
The
Mauri.
problem is my internet is
Yes, así veo que de la mañana desde
my
que entras a
internet is
clases.
better.
Sí, ok, te voy a dar unos 15 minutos ahí, tal vez lo puedes cambiar o cambias el router o demandas a la compañía, pero sí, de la mañana vi que tenías problemas. Ok, thank you so much, Mauricio. Anita, could you please turn on your audio? Five, four, three, two, ok. Ana del Carmen Altamirano, are you there? Five, four, three, two, ok, vamos a poner acá entonces, let's see. Jackie, are you ready?
Yes.
Ok, uy, me asusté, dijo, es mi íntero, estos bichos se me durmieron, qué barbaritud. Thank you, Jackie, señores, pilas con esos audios, porfa. Ok, Jackie, could you please just help me to read the questions?
Okay. When are you learning English? How often do you study English outside of class? What is the best way to learn a language? Do you like English tests? Are they funny? Why? Why not? Can watching TV help you learn English? If yes, how? How many languages can you speak? What is the best age to start learning another language? Is vocabulary easier to learn than grammar?
Thank you
Why?
so
Why?
much. Stop. Perfect. Thank you, Jackie. Let's see. Irene Canales, could you turn on your audio? Thank you. 5, 4, 3, 2,
Yes.
1. Okay, thank you, Irene. Could you please help me to read the second column?
Just give me a second. I want to drink water.
Okay, please go ahead. Please don't worry. Go ahead. I'm drinking a really delicious tea, hot tea. Let me know when you're ready, please. Thank you.
Yes, I do.
Excellent. Excellent. Please go ahead.
It is possible to learn a language in only 1 year. Do you enjoy learning English? Why? Why not? Do you know anyone who can speak English very well? Who? Can the internet help you to learn English? If yes, how? Do you enjoy learning new things? Why? Why not? How can reading in English help you to speak English? How can doing English homework help you to learn faster? How long have you studied English?
Thank you so much. Okay, my dearest students, please follow my instructions. Number one, yes, we got many questions here, but we are going to do this dynamic as a conversation. It's not an interview, porque quiero ir rompiendo eso con ustedes, que casi siempre yo soy la que va monitoreando, preguntando, preguntando. Es una conversación. Siéntase libre de, ok, teacher, ¿y cuál es su opinión? Teacher, fíjese que yo un día XX, o sea, this is going to be a conversation. It's not an interview. No es una entrevista de trabajo que yo le pregunto y usted me responde. ¿Por qué? Porque entonces se van a acostumbrar solamente a contestar, contestar y nunca me van a poder practicar en armar preguntas. So, this is going to be a very simple conversation. Anna, are you ready?
Yeah.
Excellent. Thank you, Princess. So, well, let's start with the question number one. In your opinion, Anita, why are you learning English? Or, well, I'm going to change. Why are you studying this career?
Because I want that, as I mentioned before, I want to teach kids. So I
Mm-hmm.
want that the children know this language at a very little age. So that's why I am studying like to be an English teacher.
Mm-hmm.
And also because I want to, I don't know, follow the family pattern
Mm-hmm.
because a lot of my family are teachers, so
Nice.
maybe I get like kind of influence about because of
Mm-hmm.
them,
Uh-huh.
and I don't know. That's why I want to be
Hey,
an English teacher.
it's totally opposite with me because my family from my mom and my dad, well, both are very big. But I'm the only one that I do this profession. I'm the only teacher. Yes, I got some cousins. One of them, for example, yes, one of them is a doctor. I got some cousins working in business areas, but about teaching, I'm the only one. I'm the only one, and I like it.
and they don't say like why you choose this career, why
Yes.
no other career.
Well, they always say, okay, they don't ask to me because they know I love my profession, but
Mhm.
they always say, Gabriela, how can you control your time? Because I work from Monday to Friday from 7:10 a.m. until 9:45 p.m. So this is the hardest date. Ooh, Mondays, my goodness, this is the hardest. This is the hardest day because I got classes all morning without any break. So they always ask to me, Gabriela, how can you control your time? How can you control your emotions? How can you share with your family, etc.? So I have to be a very organizing woman.
And you have like a schedule, I think.
Yes, of course I got, but I respect my weekends. Saturday and Sundays, I forgot that I'm an English teacher. If you send to me a WhatsApp on Saturday or on Sunday, I won't answer because I respect my weekends. What about you? Do you have a schedule?
Yeah, but only like on weekend because yeah, the week I have classes, so I get like a routine. So on weekends, yeah, I make like a little schedule because we do the course of the house, and
Mm-hmm.
also we have like different activities. And yeah, I get like a little moment to do homeworks, also
Mm-hmm.
to a little break. I watch TV or listen to music and many things like that.
Hey, you mentioned that you got classes on weekends. No, on Saturday, maybe?
I'm sorry?
You got classes on weekends?
No, 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 no. On only week on the
Ah,
week.
from Monday to Friday.
Uh-huh.
Okay, excellent. Really nice participation, Anita. Take a little break, okay? I'm going to continue with Jackie. Could you please turn on your audio? Good morning, Jackie.
Morning.
How are you? Again.
I'm really fine.
Excellent. Hey, Jackie, tell me, question number 2. How often do you study English outside of the class?
Okay, well, um, maybe 2 hours. I don't know because when I am checking my phone, and for example, if I uh, watch a reel on Instagram, I study because the reel is in English. And when I read something, a message, for example, with my
Mm-hmm.
classmate Irene, sometimes we chat in English. So I
Nice.
so in that way we practice and we study at the same time. For example, if I say something and she say, what is the meaning of that word, Jackie? Or for
Uh-huh.
example, I can answer to her, Irene, what do you mean with that phrase? So it is a very nice way to learn. And I
Excellent.
will study. Yeah. Uh,
Excellent. Mm-hmm.
what about you, teacher? Uh,
Well, I remember when I was studying English, at that, let's see, sí, sí, hombre, ya teníamos los celulares. So, yes, I used to do that kind of dynamic to chat in English with others. But in my case, I remember one of the activities that I did when I was studying at the university was to create a group to discuss questions. So, for example, I um, I developed a kind of, how can I explain that? Well, I remember I create a group, but it wasn't virtual, so it was presential. So after class, we had to stay at the university and we create many groups, like a conversation club. But I used to use the projector at the university, and we like to watch some scenes. For example, I remember we were watching the Friends, the series. So, and then we like to discuss in a presential way. So that's it is going to be one of the examples and one of the activities that I really like to do at the university. The second was I got many some of my family members can speak English, so I really like to practice with them. But right now it's not necessary. But I remember when I was studying English at the university, I used to practice with a cousin. He's from Australia and she lives in Australia. But what's very fun because she said, Gabriela, I don't know why the American English is totally different with the British English. Because I said, for example, water, and she said water. So we share many opinions about that because there is a big difference between American and British English. So in my case, yes, I used to practice with others, but in a presential way.
Yeah, I think that's a good way to learn too, because
Mhm.
you interact with others too. Yeah.
Okay, so tell me, as an English teacher, as a future English teacher, what can be the best option to practice or the easiest to practice?
The easiest is maybe watching TV, because you know there are vocabulary, and the movies has a lot of vocabulary, so that could be
Okay,
the easy.
okay. Excellent. Thank you so much, Anita. Take a little break. Let's continue with, you're welcome.
I'm
Nice.
actually
Okay, nice. Thank you. Let's see, Irene Canales. Please, could you turn on your audio? Thank you.
Okay.
Hey, Irene, what about you as a student? Do you like English tests? Are they fun for you?
Yeah, I like, for example, when I have enough time, I like to looking for some topic that I don't have clear, and in that way I
Mm-hmm.
can practice and I can see my mistake, and I am learning at the same time.
For example, today you are going to do four practices, four pop quiz, but it's going to be a piece, okay. Hoy les traigo cuatro evaluaciones, chicos, pero están fáciles, no se preocupen. So, well, Irene, this is true. Te voy a compartir una realidad mía, un secreto mío. Um, I don't hate tests, but I don't know why. I'm a person who has some problem with tests because I'm a person who likes to study and learn by doing in a practical way. I don't like to, okay, teacher, this is a science book. You are going to read from page 1 to page 200. I'm not like that. Yes, I like to read and I like to learn by studying, by reading or something like that. But talking about tests, when I was a teenager, I always got nervous and stressful. I studied one day before, just supposedly to be ready for my test, but I always get nervous. And was one of my biggest problem when I took the TOEFL test at the first time because my goodness, I study a lot. Grammar, I practice listening, I practice my grammar, etc. But when I was in front on the TOEFL test, when I faced it up, I got nervous and stressful. So that's why, and that's the reason that I failed at the first time. So the second, I tried to be more relaxing, and thanks God I passed it. But the first time I got nervous and stressful, so I don't like tests, Irene. Yeah, I'm a teacher, so.
I know I get nervous when I have to do the partial
Mhm.
because that is true. And I like to do tests, but when I have to investigate something or I have
Uh-huh. Oh, come on. Yes. Yes. I don't like tests. For example, one of the things that I like it when I study at the university, the parciales, it wasn't important to us. Para nosotros, la universidad, los parciales, los catedráticos no le tomaban tanto valor. Obviamente te dan un porcentaje, como en este caso que yo les voy a dar a ustedes un porcentaje. But for me, as a catedrática, tests, it doesn't 100% important. I prefer to evaluate my students in class. Yes, you are going to do many parciales, but it doesn't represent what you are and what kind of knowledge do you have. So I'm gonna measure all my students by my virtual classes. So that's that's one of the reasons that I like that university, because the parciales weren't really important. So the performance, they put under pressure on performance. Y casi todos los días teníamos presentaciones, chicos. Casi todos los días teníamos presentaciones. Porque obviamente nosotros nos evaluaban esto, o sea, el teaching. How do you, in this case, perform in front of others? How can you solve problems in a virtual, in that moment wasn't virtual. How can you solve problems in a presential way? So I don't like tests. Yes, I don't. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yes, thank you. Continue, please. It's a conversation, not an interview. 5, 4, 3, two. I don't know what happened with your microphone, please. Yes.
Here, teacher.
Yes. Okay. Thank you. Hey, what happened with your classmate? Maybe she has some problem with the. Yo quiero pensar que es eso. I think. Yes. Ah, sí, sí,
Maybe
sí.
the wind.
Sí, no, tiene problemas con el Inter, porque ahí le acabo de escuchar un eco a Irene.
teacher. Can I tell you something?
Yes, okay, please. Okay, thank you, Mauri. Wait a minute, please. Please, Irene.
I have issues with my internet because every
Yes, I
time when
know.
it say that I don't have internet connection, I
Okay.
don't know, but I will try to use another computer.
Ok, excelente, thank you. Thanks for letting me know. Gracias por dejarme saber, hija. Ok, miren, yo no es que los quiera presionar, pero por lo menos denme una señal de vida. Teacher, tengo problemas con el Inter. Ok, don't worry, Irene. Thank you. Ok, Mauricio, please. Let's continue with the next question. By the way, good morning, Alessandra. No te había saludado, hija. Ok, Mauri, can watching TV, thank you. Can watching TV help you learn English?
Yes, I think yes, because you're practicing your listening, and also you can acquire vocabulary according to the program you're seeing, you're
Mhm.
watching in that moment. For example, many people that who sees news in the TV, probably they have a good vocabulary with that kind of programs, so they don't have problems when when they're speaking about news or about happenings around the world. Uh, in
Do
my
you like,
case,
uh-huh.
I usually watch videos about video games, so I have a little vocabulary about it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I like to read to acquire vocabulary, but to practice the listening, I prefer to watch videos and all that, obviously.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Okay, and tell me, what kind of programs do you watch
Excellent.
when you were young?
Well, I'm still young.
I mean,
Yeah, no,
younger.
yes, I'm kidding. No, yes, I'm kidding. So I don't know, but I don't like to watch television. And when I was a teenager, yes, I didn't like to watch it. So I prefer to do as a hobby. I prefer to do another kind of activities. But when I'm asking you if watching TV can help us to learn English, yes, of course. But in my very personal opinion, I don't like to watch TV. Reason one, there aren't any interesting program for me. Reason number two, I consider it's a waste of time. So, but I prefer to watch Netflix. Yes, it's more entertainment for me. And also, you can practice your listening. You can practice your yes, you can learn vocabulary, but when you watch a video in English, you are just practicing your listening. Most students say, okay, teacher, I like to watch television in English because I can practice my vocabulary. So, yes, but not at all. When you watch a video, you are practicing your listening comprehension. You are learning vocabulary when you read. You are learning vocabulary when you write. So, yes, it is a good way, and it is a good way to learn English by watching series, by watching any kind of videos, etc. But it is also one of the funniest way. Yes, Mauricio? Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yes. You have reason there. Uh, I usually use it because with a series or the TV, you can have the pronunciation, and that is something that you
Mm-hmm.
can have reading, and that is the only thing why I like to see TV sometimes, because as you
Mm-hmm.
said, there are many programs that are not very that don't give
Entertainment.
amusement. Yeah.
Yes, they don't catch our attention. So to conclude with this question, what kind of series or what kind of movie or what kind of video or what kind of content could you please recommend to us to practice English?
To you to practice English or
Yes, yes, to me or to your
that
classmates too.
well, that is a difficult question because I think it depends on your tastes.
Yes,
For
maybe.
example, if you like to know about, I don't know, biology, you will be looking for programs about animals, plants, and all that. If you like video games, then you will see streamers,
Mm-hmm.
or if you want to know about series that that are popular in this moment, well, you
Mm-hmm.
probably use Netflix and see the catalog. I think it depends on the tastes that you have.
Yes, it is. Thank you so much, Mauricio. Really nice. Let's continue. Let's see Alessandra Juarez. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm pretty good. Thank you for asking. What about you, Esther?
Perfect. I'm okay. I feel good, but I'm taking care of myself. So I'm on quarantine, but not quarantine, but
Exactly.
yes, I stay at home this weekend. So I had to stay at home this weekend. So yes, I approach my time doing many things. So what about you? How was your weekend?
Oh, amazing. I mean, I stay at home, but I was with all my family, and it was amazing. I spent time with them, and I appreciate it.
Excellent. So I got a question for you, Alessandra.
Yes.
How many languages can you speak?
up just two,
Mhm.
English, Spanish, and I know I have a little bit knowledge about lenguaje de señas.
Oh, my goodness, the sign A language. I was taking some classes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I learned the alphabet.
Uh-huh.
I
Yeah.
learned the colors. I learned some animals. I learned yes, the days of the week.
Mm,
So it's a very really an interesting, it's a very
yes.
nice language and very
Yes.
interesting. But it is a shame, es una lástima, because for that people, our system, it doesn't take into account of that kind of person. For example, if you go to the supermarket as a deaf people, is maybe could be difficult to try to communicate. For
Yeah, it is.
example, if you want to go to the cinema, obviously you cannot just
Mm-hmm.
reading the subtitle or something like that. So or if, for example, if you want to study a career, my goodness, can you believe how difficult
Difficult.
will be for them?
Yeah. Yes. It's a shame because we ignore the quantity of the people like non
Yes.
Salvador like exists like that. I remember that my teacher in that classes, uh, he was
Excuse me, Ali. Where do you study?
sorry.
Where do you, I
Um,
mean, where do you study that kind of language?
in the my auntie church, they had a
Ah,
project to that, and she
okay.
told me I want to you learn that, so I am going to sponsor the classes. So
Mm-hmm.
I said okay. It was interesting for me. Even I didn't learn English. I mean, years ago. So when I was decided to do, I was like, I was excited, but I
Mm-hmm.
didn't understand the importance that what is because
Yes.
I
Until you get involved in that situation, you say,
yeah.
oh my goodness, okay.
Exactly, exactly. Was a very important and big impression that I had because I met my teacher, her daughter, her sister, and they were like that, and I said, my God, and you say, and you blame, and you complain about your life, and that kind of people fight every day for their life,
Yes.
and you say, okay,
Yes.
thank God I'm fine, like that's important, right? But
Yes.
unfortunately, I couldn't follow my classes because she gets sick for something, and then the
Mm-hmm.
project stopped. And uh, by the way, I had to move of the city, so it was a shame that I couldn't continue. But I have some knowledge, a little bit, right? I would like to continue studying that because I know, like a good teacher, you have
Yes.
to it will be a good ability in your
Yes.
curriculum.
Yes. Yes, of course, but my goodness, handicapped people, they have to face it many experience and many situations every day.
Yeah.
I was watching an article on internet, but were focused on handicapped people. And they were interviewing some people, and they say the most difficult for us is to communicate.
Mhm.
For example, blind people,
Yeah.
how
Yeah.
they can find a good job.
Yes.
Deaf people, it is the same. So for handicapped people, by the way, I got a friend, and he's deaf. So
Mhm.
I tried to communicate because I was taking the science and language classes, but I just learned the basics. So uh, he said most of the time he feel like discriminate because when they can't or when they need help, it's really difficult to find kind and polite people. So it is a shame, yes it is. And our system in El Salvador, parties, no estoy hablando de ningún partido político, perdón. In general, our system in El Salvador is frustrating for the kind of people. So I admire with people like you, like decide to study that kind of language because you don't have the necessity, but you do it because you, number one, maybe you like it, number two, maybe you want to help, and according you said, yes, because it's an extra for your curriculum, for your resume.
Yeah, yes, because doesn't have the importance for the government, for the minister,
Mm-hmm.
um, and that people suffer the consequences of that. And but I think that people, for normal people like us, it could be interesting. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
in internet video, YouTube videos on YouTube, be interested in that topic because it's important for
Yes.
the people in general.
Yes, it
And
is.
like teachers, we have to be one step than the others. So I think that it's nice and it's time to show a little bit of kindness in this point of the life.
Yes. Yes. Excellent. Thank you so much. Thanks for sharing your experience too, Alessandra. Thank you. Okay, let's continue. Let's see, Anita, could you please turn on your audio? Irene, how's your internet? It is much better, Irene?
Now it's
Ah,
better. I
yes.
don't know, it was my computer.
Okay, maybe it got some virus or something like that. But yes, now you're much better. Thank you so much. Please stay there. Let's see, Anita. Hello. Maybe Anita is still having problem. Anita 5, Anita 4, Anita 3, Anita 2, Ana del Carmen Altamirano 1. Let me know by the Zoom chat, please, if you have problems with your internet. Okay, let's see. Well, Irene, you are my victim, so turn on your audio.
Okay.
Okay, so Irene, hey, esa pregunta me gusta. Ya les voy a decir por qué. What is the best age to start learning another language?
In my personal opinion, I think that 5 years, if
Mhm.
because many people say that an adult is difficult to memorize or to learn a language. And I consider the age is 5 years because the children can pay attention and they are focused on learn another language. But when we are adult, we have responsibilities to attend, and they don't have, the children don't have responsibility.
Mhm.
And I would like to, I don't know, if I were a child, I would like
Mhm.
to to start learning English. If I were 5 years old, because
Okay.
this is
Huh.
the perfect age.
Well, it's not a secret that children learn things faster than adults. But what is the best age to learn a new language? Well, there are many steps. For example, if you want to learn a language, but not in a professional way, yes, you can start at the age of 4, 5, 6 months. Yes, according to the studies. Learning a new language takes time. Yes, of course, takes time. For example, in your case, Irene, you are starting a career. But if you decide to study just to learn a language, just for as a hobby, yes, will be easier. But learning a new language takes time. And it is also, for some people, maybe will be easier, for some than others, maybe not. It depends on the capacity, but what is the first skill as a human we learn? Listening. You listen to others and then you absorb that information. The best age, I think, is when you born. So, teacher, but if you want to be focused, si quieres estar más enfocada, I'm talking about learning a language is like a hobby or to study a career. Okay, yes, I totally agree with you. Ahí sí estoy totalmente de acuerdo contigo. The best age is 5, 6, because children, they don't care about mistakes, right? They just do it. Ellos no andan viendo, ay, me voy a equivocar, ¿qué van a decir los demás? So, yes, but in a grammatical form, ya cuando vamos de gramática, ahí sí, ahí sí. The best age to learn grammar is at the age of when you are a teenager.
Yeah, that's
Mhm.
right. Because they don't care when they are learning and they speak in my mistake. But
Mhm.
about grammar, that is difficult to teach children because they they don't pay attention in the grammar.
Hey, do you know who is the hardest language to learn? Do you have any idea what is the hardest? Como latinos, estoy hablando como as a Latin people. What can be the hardest? Or what's your opinion? Teacher might think maybe will be Korean, Mandarin. What can be or what will be the hardest language to learn?
Um, Chinese
Okay.
and Arabian. I don't remember the correct pronunciation, but I don't understand when I see that kind of word.
For example, the Asian languages is the easiest. To learn Korean, to learn Japanese, to learn Chinese. Why, teacher? Maybe the pronounce not, but Irene, the handwriting, my goodness, ellos no utilizan letras. They don't use letters. So the hardest for me is the ancient.
Mhm.
Would you like to learn a new language in the future besides
Yeah,
Spanish and English?
when I when I was when I was studying at the school, I was studying French and Italian, but and I got good grade because I like it, but then I didn't continue practice, and I would like to start again because I
Mhm.
like French and Italian.
Okay, excellent. Thank you. Really nice participation. Thank you so much. Let's continue. Who's next? Let's see. I'm gonna choose. Let's see. I'm gonna choose Alessandra. Yes, please, Alessandra. Turn on your audio. Se prepara Mauri. So, ya voy a ir más rápido para ya ir concluyendo. So, Alessandra, is vocabulary easier to learn than grammar?
Okay, first of all, you have to be clear that the abilities for the people are different. Not that is
Yes.
difficult for me is not difficult for you, or vice
Yes.
versa. The first
Mm-hmm.
point. The second point is what do you want to learn? Because the vocabulary just said lámpara. But what kind of vocabulary do you want to know? Or why do you want to know that kind of vocabulary? So that is the point. In
Mm-hmm.
grammar, there are many different kind of topics there's easiest grammar, basic grammar, difficult grammar. So obviously for big rules, for big strict rules, it's more difficult to learn grammar. But when you up the level in vocabulary, also is very difficult because you have to know what kind of context you can use this vocabulary or this word is exactly in this context, or in this context maybe not, maybe it's better that. So I think that the first point always is that it depends of the person. But
Okay.
if this further, if when you say it is for rules, is for a strict topics, is obviously more difficult grammar.
One of the ways that I used to do many years ago was trying to learn at least 20 words every day.
Mhm. Wow.
Yeah, that's the way that I use it.
Yes, define a point of the words that you are going to learn in that day. Yes,
Yes.
it's very, very useful. Very useful.
How do or which is the way that you like to do, or what is the way that you like to use to learn vocabulary?
Uh, Well, I tried that method that you use,
Mm-hmm.
but I wasn't in that case. I don't know why discipline. I don't know why. In another ways I am, but in that I don't know why. But I understand that it was not my kind of my method.
Mm-hmm.
I noticed that when I watch movies or I listen something, and I thought, oh, and it worked. I tried to group search. I tried to search the meaning, and then I make examples
Mm-hmm.
with that word. And in the day, I was thinking real context for this word or those words that I learned,
Mm-hmm.
and try to apply in my mind for remember it. And then
Mm-hmm.
I try to use it in my conversation, my daily conversation in English.
Hey, in your career, do you already take your grammar course at the university?
Yes,
How
two.
was it? How was your experience?
Well, I love it. I love it. I love it, grammar. I don't know why, because the people say, no, grammar is boring. I don't know why, but I like it. Always I
Yes.
like it. And the teacher that we had, the first teacher we had in grammar, he tried to explain us everything a way that you never be bored.
Uh-huh,
So
yes.
was amazing. I
I'm
really love the
teaching.
grammar.
Yeah, I'm teaching grammar right now, but I'm trying to find the easiest, not the easiest, but I'm trying to find the correct way to learn grammar in order to my students don't get confused, in order to my students don't get boring, and also in order to my students don't get stressful or don't feel stressed. So I'm taking grammar and I like it. Well, I like it because I understand, but there are some details about grammar and there are some
Yes,
levels.
yes.
For example,
My
the verb to be,
goodness.
the verb to be is a
Ex-
piece okay.
Exactly. Yes.
But what about the phrasal verbs? My goodness, it's
My
totally,
goodness.
yes,
Yes.
it's totally. Hey, do you remember your experience when you were studying the phrasal verbs?
Um.
Yo,
Yes.
yo siempre he dicho que los phrasal verbs son como los dichos salvadoreños, cuando
Exactly.
decimos si el río trae piedras es porque no sé qué, etcétera, ¿verdad? Entonces, yo siempre he dicho que es así. Es como que le digas a un gringo, el camarón que se duerme se lo lleva a la corriente. Entonces el gringo te va a decir, bueno, quizás si viene una ola grande se va a llevar el camarón, o sea. So, yo siempre lo comparo así, siempre comparo los phrasal verbs con los dichos
Exactly.
salvadoreños. So, how was your experience?
Well, I have some problems with the phrasal verbs because
I just remember the 5% maybe
Uh-huh.
is so difficult for that reason. But when someone told me one, I remember, but I don't use it. I don't know why I don't use it. I know what I have the knowledge about it, but in my mind there aren't, and I can't use
Mm-hmm.
it. And
And people like you, like us, we don't use very often phrasal verbs in a conversation.
yeah,
Yes, we don't use it. Yes, we don't use it. So when you use phrasal verbs, when you include it in a conversation, when some students include phrasal verbs in a conversation, I said, okay, this guy is clever. Este bicho es coco. Because in my case, I don't like to use, well, I don't like, no, maybe I don't have the necessity most of the time
uh-huh, uh-huh.
because I'm
That is the
teaching.
point.
Yes, I don't have the necessity. So, but there are some phrasal verbs that I need to study again because I said, hey, what does it mean this one? And I need to study again. But there are,
Yes,
yes, but it's about practicing. It's about
yeah.
all languages. It's about practicing. Excellent. Anything else, Alessandra?
Just like I'm studying for English teacher. My vocabulary is a little bit formal, right?
Mm-hmm.
But when I am studying at the same time in the academy for just English and where
Yes.
and there I learned some phrasal verbs and the other name is ah
Yes.
and I don't remember.
Okay,
But
nice. Mm-hmm.
they teaching me every week one. But believe me,
Mm-hmm.
I try to work with both English. I mean, with the formal, with informal, for natives. But it's so difficult to change the chip because I have the opportunity. My uncle is American English,
Mm-hmm.
so is native.
Mm-hmm.
And when he speak with me, he used obviously another kind of vocabulary, another well, some grammar. So I try to incorporate my another kind of vocabulary, or
And
and it's
uh-huh.
so difficult. It's
Yes.
so difficult, and
And
it's hard. It's so hard.
yes. Teacher, how can I improve myself by using phrasal verbs? Very easy. One, listen to music, but I'm not talking about the 80s or 90s. I recommend to listen, for example, Eminem. My goodness.
My goodness,
Yes.
my goodness, I really
If
love
you,
him.
hey, this is true. Hey, if you want to improve your vocabulary, at the same time you are practicing phrases, listening up Eminem's music.
Yes.
Yes,
My
I
goal
always
is
yeah.
sing one song of them like him.
Yes, I always recommend Eminem. Let's see, Eminem. No, yeah, no, just Eminem. Yes, but besides, he has a really nice music too. But I always recommend Eminem. Yes, excellent. Anything else, Ale?
Just for me.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
¿Saben que tengo a mi mascota aquí a la par? Yo creo que mi perro ya habla inglés. Le encanta estar aquí a la par que hasta me incomoda, siento como que fuera un niño el que estuviera aquí cerca. Ok, thank you so much, Alessandra. Mauricio, please turn your audio. Ya vamos a
Yes,
ir
teacher.
aterrizando. Ok, se prepara Irene Canales. So, hey, Mauricio, it is possible to learn a language in only 1 year?
Yes, it's possible, but
It
always
depends
it
of the
has to.
object.
Huh?
It depends of the object.
Yeah, it depends on the objective because you can learn different kind of English.
Mm-hmm.
You can use it, for example, for your daily life or for a job, or
Mm-hmm.
even it's possible for a specific objective as reading a book or understand movies because the skills that you will develop is different, so the vocabulary will be different. For example,
Yes. Mhm.
in Spanish, if you get into other things that you've never touched before, then you will have to learn vocabulary for your from your class, from your mates, and also try to read a dictionary to understand. And some of those areas that you can have problem, maybe in literature, many of us, I think, don't know what is I don't know what is all the
Mhm.
literary figures, but it's something that it has to be with Spanish.
Yes.
So as you can see, you can know everything.
For
So you can
example,
focus.
yes.
Yeah,
For
continue.
yes, for example, I watch a video on YouTube about a girl who is yes, yes, she's 6 years old. She can speak 8 languages in
Ah,
a week.
she is Chinese, right? No,
No, she's from United
daughter.
States. I don't know,
Ah,
Canada or United States, but
I saw a Chinese one that
oh
can
my,
speak in many languages. Yeah.
so how can be possible to learn many languages at that age? Yo sé cómo es posible, pero what's your opinion? How can be possible to learn that
Well,
kind of, my goodness, 8 languages, just 6 years old?
yeah, I also watched in the news that it was a man who speak, I don't know, 20 languages,
Wow.
seems.
Hmm.
I don't know. But, and also other in YouTube that has a channel that he speaks around 50, it seems.
My
But
God.
yeah, but
But
they have
how?
different. Okay, how? I think they focus on try to learn the vocabulary necessary to communicate and and develop the skill of listening. Because if you can understand the conversation, then you can make an answer.
Hmm.
And at the same time, if you just focus on simple words, but that you can use very well, then you will have the fluency. I think that is my opinion, but what is yours?
Wow. The family said one of the strategies that they use to their child is to having different babysitters. They had a different babysitters every single year. So the kid had the opportunity to communicate with Chinese people, Japanese people, Russian people because she got many different nannies. So that is possible. In that way, it is possible. If you practice what kind of language with others you are going to learn. But I said at the beginning what is the pen of the objective. Why? Because if you are learning a language just as a hobby, yes, it's going to take maybe one or less. Just to, okay, as a hobby because I like it. But if you want to learn in a professional way, you never stop learning. In my case, yes, I graduated from the college, but I still learning. I still practicing. So in a professional way, you never stop learning.
Yes, I that is a good way to learn. Making an environment where their child can get many resources to learn. And in your well, in my case, I didn't have one an environment to learning from child, but I tried to balance that with my current learning. I
Mhm.
mean, I try to learn from books, from videos. I think the fact that you don't have an environment is not excuse now. At
Mhm.
least with the internet, you can have the resources that you need to learn it.
Excellent, excellent. Thank you so much, Mauricio. Really nice conversation. Okay, can you please, Mauri, help me to choose between Irene or Jackie?
Irene.
Okay, thank you so much. Irene?
Maureen.
Hello, Irene.
Hi.
Okay, so hey, do you enjoy learning English?
Mm, well, when I started to study English, I didn't like it because I thought that it would be so difficult for me.
Uh-huh. And
But
look at
then,
now.
yeah, but I thought that I don't know, but I want to learn so quickly because
Mm-hmm.
I didn't understand, and now I can say that I understand.
What is the most, right now, what is the most that you really enjoy about English? For example, in my case, if you ask to me, I really enjoy having conversation with my students. I enjoy it because number one, I meet my students. Number two, I like to know what kind of languages or what kind of pronounce they got or what kind of knowledge, what kind of vocabulary they handle. So, what is the most that you enjoy about English?
This dynamic because I am practicing my
Mm-hmm.
speaking, and I know my mistakes, my
Uh-huh.
pronunciation, and I like that dynamic because that is really good for me.
And it's a funniest way. For example, supposedly, ¿se imaginan ustedes si yo les diría, vaya, si pues ahí están todas esas preguntas, contéstenlas, escríbanlas y las contestan y me las mandan? So, what is the effective? Yes, you are practicing your hiding, pardon, you are practicing your handwriting, but what about the speaking? What about the speaking? And that's the problem. Most of the English teacher first, okay, look at this is the book. So you are going to feel, you are going to resolve, blah, blah, blah. But I think the first skill that I need to spill with my students is the speaking skill.
Yeah, and well, what is your opinion? Because
Mhm.
many people say that the most difficult skill is writing, but for me, I thought that it it is speaking.
It depends of your abilities. For example, as I said before, I'm a person who likes to perform instead of writing. I prefer to perform because I like to speak. It doesn't matter in English or Spanish, I like to speak. I don't have problems with new people. I don't have problems meeting new people. I don't have problems to communicate with others. So I hate, I hate to write. Incluso cuando estábamos en las clases presenciales, sabían ustedes que yo ya llevaba todo mi material. O sea, yo toda la vida he trabajado con cañón. ¿Por qué? Lo único que yo escribía en la pizarra era la fecha, lo único. Pero de ahí que yo iba a llenar un pizarrón, no. O sea, yo soy más, ay, no sé, más, more visual, I don't know. So, it depends of the abilities that you have. Maybe you said, teacher, I prefer to writing down in order to speaking. Okay, I respect. It depends of your ability. But the opposite, vamos con lo opuesto, Irene. What is you said, teacher, I don't like this one. I don't like this about English. For example, in my case, as a teacher, maybe the virtual classes. I like it, but not 100%. I prefer presential classes.
Well, first about the skill, I am bad at listening, and
maybe I need to practice. I need to listen to music. I listen to music in English, but I need to practice every day. And well, when we are receiving online classes, I think that I can pay attention, but when we are in class face to face, it is difficult to understand because maybe there are many students
Uh-huh.
in the classroom, and the voice is totally different.
Okay, excellent. Thank you so much, Irene. Really nice participation. Take a little break. Tomamos un pequeño descanso. Let's continue. But before, please, Irene, help me to choose between Anna or Jackie.
Jackie.
Okay, thank you, Jackie. Hey, hay bastantes formas de escribir Jacqueline, vea. Tengo una mía que lo
Yes.
escribe CK, pero es Jacqueline. Jacqueline. Okay, but
Mhm.
it's not a point. It's not a point. So, Jackie, do
Yeah,
you?
I
Uh-huh.
had some classmates with the same name, Jacqueline,
Uh-huh.
and they write down different, very different.
Yes. Yes. I got a friend we said like your name, but with E at the end. Okay. So, Jackie, do you know anyone who speak English not well, but in a native way? Do you know someone?
Yes. I I have some cousins that they live in United States
Mm-hmm.
and they speak English very well.
Excellent. So,
And that
yes. For example, I always said when a Latin person wants to learn a language, have you seen how well they speak, how well they learn? But what happened with a gringo? Lo vamos a poner así. What happened with a gringo learn, for example, Spanish? It is opposite. They don't pronounce well. They don't understand in a 100% like we really do. For example, in my case, I consider myself obviously not an excellent speaker because I'm a Salvadorian, just who learned English. But if I speak with others, I'm very sure they will understand. But what is the problem or what's the point when a gringo learn a language? It's totally different. They say, yo quiero una papusa, dicen. No, my goodness. I learned your language in a correct way. Why you don't? I always asked to me that question.
yeah, because we are Salvadorians, it is difficult maybe for us to learn another language, but for us it is easier our language. But if the same happens with people that they are not Salvadorian, it is difficult. It is very hard for them to learn
Ujú.
Spanish
Pero
because they are.
ellos no aprenden el español tan bien como nosotros aprendemos a hablar el inglés. No sé si se han fijado
Correct.
eso. Yes,
Yeah.
they don't learn in the same way as we do. So, eh, I- yo siempre he tenido el tiempo de hacerme ese tipo de preguntas. I like to think about it. So, yes, it is really nice to practice English with you, but it is totally opposite to practice or learn or having a conversation with others. But I always recommend to my students to practice in a conversation because it's the way that you are going to improve it. You're listening, you're speaking, and at the same time you are learning how to pronounce words. Or when you say, how can I say that in English? For example, When you don't know a word, Jackie, cuando así ellos, esa palabra no sé. So, when you don't know a word, what do you do?
Okay, I go to search in the internet. If
Uh-huh.
I don't know how to write down, I try uh, to pronounce in the Google Translate,
Google
and
Translator. Mhm.
sometimes it's function. Sometimes it's function because I try to do it, but sometimes I don't know how. But I try to write down, and sometimes it is wrong because that's not the correct word that
Yes,
I.
it happened. Yeah. Yes, it happened.
Yeah,
Excellent. Excellent. Okay.
yeah.
Thank you, Jackie. Thanks. I'm gonna conclude for the time. Thank you so much, Jackie. Please help me to choose between Anita or Alessandra.
Anita.
Okay, excellent. Thank you. Anita, hello.
Hello.
So, Anita, can the internet help you to learn a language? And how?
Yeah, because from my experience, in the internet you can find like different websites or
Uh-huh.
many apps to download to
Mhm.
learn a different language.
For example, Duolingo. Do you know the
Uh,
app?
yeah, Duolingo. I was practicing Italian
Mhm.
in Duolingo, and yeah, that app is too useful to learn any language you want.
Okay, nice. Mhm. Please, it's a conversation. If you have any question to me,
And
please.
okay, and also the internet, for example, uh, in my free time, I like to watch videos about TED Talks, and
Ah,
I
okay.
I usually watch them because I try to practice by listening,
Mhm.
and also the like the vocabulary they use because
Mhm.
there are like different there are a difference between British accent and the
Mhm.
American accent. So I try to difference
For example,
that
yes,
thing.
thank you. Yes, I got your point. For example, right now I'm teaching grammar. So the first topic that we were studying with my students was the difference between British and American. The first difference is how to pronounce a word. The second is the structure. For example, in United States, they say pavement. Para referirse a la calle, ellos dicen pavement. This is British. Este es británico, pavement. In American English, we say sidewalk. Sidewalk. Another difference is, for example, American English, cookies. Cookies. British, they say biscuit. Biscuit. Another difference is, for example, American English, we say garbage can. Garbage can. British, just garbage. So, there are many differences, but I really, de verdad que estoy disfrutando ver este tema con estos chicos. I really like to study about other cultures. And I recommend to you, if you want to improve in a very really way your vocabulary, you have to know about the different kind of English. For example, we got Australian English, we got British English, we got African English, and also we got the American English. So I really enjoy to knowing and getting new languages
For
by
me, it's too
practicing
difficult
the
to.
culture.
To me, it's too difficult to understand the British accent because, as you say,
Uh-huh.
the pronunciation is totally different. So I try to understand them, but it's too difficult. many times.
But it is also, well, for me it is also fun because when we were studying this topic, I discovered many differences. For example, in American English, you said, hey, let's go for dinner. Hey, vamos a cenar. Let's go for dinner. American. Do you have any idea how they say in a British way? O que te imagines, ¿cómo dirán los británicos? Hey, let's go for dinner.
I don't know. Let's go to. I don't know. I don't have idea.
They said, hey, let's go for a café. British. Hey, let's go for a café. También había otra palabra. Ay, se me fue, pero había otra también, pero esa fue la que más me llamó la atención. Let's go for a café. They don't say let's go dinner. They don't mention it. Hey, let's go for a cafe. When they say let's go for a cafe, you are understand. Okay, let's go for dinner and have dinner. So it's really nice. But the African English, my goodness, I didn't understand a lot. I didn't understand. Number one, they use some colloquial words that we don't. The second is how terrible is the pronunciation. So I like British and obviously I like the American. Anything else, Anita? Any comment?
No, only
Thank you so much. Just please help me to choose between Mauricio or Alessandra.
Alessandra.
Thank you so much. Okay, Ale, please. This is the last question for you. Do you enjoy, Alessandra, learning new things? Thank you, Ale. Are you ready? 5, 4, 3, 2. Okay, Alessandra, please let me know if you have some problems. Let's see. Mauricio, please help me to answer that question. This is well, it isn't going to be a conversation. Just give it to me your answer. Do you enjoy learning new things?
Um, I think yes. Eh,
Uh-huh.
yes, there are things that I like more, but in general, yes, I like to learn new things. Why I can learn it from the beginning with time, taking my time. That is all what I need to learn new things. I think I
Ex
don't I
mhm,
don't like to be under pressure, so I decide
mhm,
to plan things beforehand.
mhm.
And in my case, I would like to learn new things this year. In addition to the language, English language, I would like to play the guitar and
Wow.
also maybe other instruments. But right now, I don't have it, so I'm planning. And what
Excellent.
about you? Do you have plans to for this year of learning new things?
Yes. Yes. For example, today is going to be my first class at Portuguese.
Do you like Portuguese?
I don't like, but yes, I like, but I took this course because as a hobby. Yes, just as a hobby. But
Yeah.
I'm not planning to be a Portuguese teacher, but I would like, but it isn't on my plan. I'm having this course because it's like a hobby. So I start listening Bahía's music. So no, yes, I'm not kidding. And but supposedly Portuguese is a kind of easier than English, but I don't know the handwriting. So yes, today I'm going to start to learn
But
Portuguese.
are you learning Brazilian Portuguese or Portuguese
Hey,
from Europe? Europe,
no, no. Yes, the Brazilian. Yes, the
the
Brazilian
Brazil.
Portuguese. Yes, because my teacher was studying, excuse me, my teacher was living in Brazil 2 years ago, and He was taking a course because he got a scholarship there. So it isn't a natty because he's a Salvadorian person, but he speak well, sounds speak well. Se escucha que lo habla bien, but I don't know, right? So yes,
Yeah,
today I'm going to start with that Portuguese classes.
yeah. I would like to start with Portuguese and Italian. I think I will start with Italian because Portuguese and Italian has many similarities, many features
Similar.
that are
Hmm.
same.
Yeah.
So I think I can get confused if I learn the language at the same time.
Yes, and you're young. You can still continue learning different
Yeah,
languages. Yeah,
yeah.
thank you. Thank you so much, Mauri. Please help me to choose between Alessandra or Irene.
Irene.
Thank you. Irene, let's continue. Let's continue. How can reading in English help you to speak English?
Reading. I,
I don't
I
like to read,
I
but I
don't like
have
to
to.
read. No, it is so
Pero mi modo,
boring.
tenemos que hacerlo. We have to.
Uh-huh. Well, I can learn a new vocabulary and when I am reading and
Mhm.
I see a new word, I translate that word and I hear the pronunciation and the meaning too, because in that way I am learning new vocabulary through reading.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, but I don't like to read, be honest.
Well, in my case, I don't like to read in general, but I really enjoy reading about methodologies at teaching. It's my passion. But I don't like to read poets. I don't like to read novels. I don't like to read sagas. I prefer and I really enjoy to learn. I really enjoy reading about teaching because I'm an English teacher, but I prefer to read online. I don't like to have physical books. I got the reason. Reason number one, because I don't have a space to have physical books. Number two, it's easier to download an article. So I prefer online.
In my case, I read book but in Spanish about
Mhm.
motivation. I read the
Nice.
Bible in Spanish and in English too, but I don't read too much. But
Hey, excuse me, Rene, have you had the opportunity to read the Bible in English? I got a Bible in
yeah,
English.
I have one. I have my Bible in Spanish
Do you
and
compare?
English. Yeah, I like to compare. For
My
example,
God.
um, Psalm 91. I
Uh-huh.
like to compare and I read, but not much.
What about the vocabulary? Hardest, right?
It's totally
The
different.
hardest,
But
yes.
in that way, I learn new vocabulary, and I am learning how to pray in English.
Excellent. Really nice. Yes, I got a Bible in English. And my God, the pronounce, the vocabulary, the structure is totally different with ours. It's totally different. Okay,
Yeah,
uh-huh.
the vocabulary is advanced. It's very, very advanced.
Yes, and besides that advanced, it is really colloquial. For
Yeah,
example, when you read the Bible in Spanish, obviously you understand 100% because you speak Spanish. You just understand
yeah.
words like a sublime. Incluso vos lo sabés que significa sublime en español. But it's another level. Yes, it's another level. Thank you, Irene. Anything else, please? Anything else? Oh, that's all.
No, that's all.
Thank you, Irene. So, let's see. Alessandra, I'm going to finish with you.
Okay.
Okay, let's see. How can doing English homework help you to learn faster?
Mm,
It helps?
uh, I hate this homework. I hate homework, but I think that depend of the homework that have you had, obviously it can help. But
Mhm.
I think that because I remember that in high school, the teacher gave me the homework, traduzca estas oraciones. So I think that this kind of homework is not the better way to learn when you obviously could practice to fluency, to speaking, and something that in that moment could be more useful. So I think I think that it's not the best time to learn because you don't you aren't watch the student is doing. You can evaluate in that case just on qualification a grade. You can evaluate, you can observe the progress that the student has in this activity.
Mhm. For example, as a teacher, I need to give to you some homeworks, but it's just for practice. Some teachers said as many exercise you have, as many knowledge you are going to practice. It is incorrect because you can practice doing just 10 exercise. 10 is enough. But when you are practicing more than 30 or 40 exercises, you get stressful and boring of the subject. So I prefer to say, okay, I got 10 exercise. You have time, so let's do it.
Yes,
Mhm,
yes, true. I guess I mean I just a practice. It's excellent. I don't have I don't disagree.
mhm,
But sometimes the big homework, the big activity is write something or translate something, and
mhm,
the part of the classroom is not for that some teacher is not better for them. And I
mhm,
think that that don't have to happen because yes, the homework is important, but the progress that you can see in the classroom is better than when someone asks you something or try to speak about it. And this is the better way to learn. I
mhm.
think. I think.
Okay, excellent, really nice. Thank you so much. And thanks to all of you, my dearest students. You are really, really good. So, look at my screen. If you remember, wait a minute. Okay, thank you. I'm so sorry. Okay, if you remember, we were studying the adjectives. So I got one, two, three, I got 4 exercises for you. Could you please? Okay, wait, please. Okay, nice. Please, everybody go on the virtual. Okay, can you see my screen? Yes, teacher.
Yes.
Yes.
Ok, nos vamos todos al portal de su universidad, por favor, y se van a la materia de inglés. Tengo 4 ejercicios de adjetivos. Escuchen las indicaciones y después nos vamos. Tengo 4 ejercicios relacionados al tema de los adjectives. Usted va a ingresar ya sea desde su computadora o ya sea desde su celular y necesito que me hagan los 4 ejercicios. Todos son virtuales, todos son virtuales. Les voy a dar, son las 8:44. Les voy a dar hasta las 9, sí, hasta las 9 en punto más o menos, unos 15, 20 minutos. No se preocupe, tómese su tiempo, ¿ok? Esto no es una competencia, ¿ok? Si usted necesita más tiempo, me dice, siéntase en la libertad de decirlo. Teacher, ¿cómo le vamos a mandar los ejercicios? Lo que usted me va a mandar es la nota. Cada ejercicio al final le va a tirar la nota que usted sacó. Hace un ejercicio, le toma screenshot a la nota y me la manda. Hace el segundo ejercicio, le toma screenshot a la nota y me la manda. Y así sucesivamente
A
hasta que...
private teacher.
Espérame, Mauri. Entonces, cada ejercicio que usted vaya haciendo, usted me manda su captura a donde me la va a mandar, a mi WhatsApp personal. A mi WhatsApp personal. Y hágame un favorazo. Cuando me manden las capturas, si quieren me las manda las 4 de un solo. Si quieren me las manda una por una. Ahí es su opción. Pero por favor, mándeme su nombre completo. Ok, yes, Mauri, please. You have a question?
By private or to the group?
No, individual. This is going to be individual.
No, the screenshots. The screenshots.
Yes, as I said before, my
To your
private
private
WhatsApp.
chat or to
Yes.
the group chat?
No, I said, yo dije, me lo mandan a mi WhatsApp, ¿ok?
Okay.
Thank
Thank you.
you. Okay, you're welcome. Another question more, please. 5, 4, 3, 2. Ok, señores. 9:46 a las 9:01. Si necesita más tiempo, me lo dice, ¿ok? Cualquier duda o consulta, estoy acá. No vayamos a salir de Zoom.
Entonces tenemos hasta las 9:01 para hacer estas
Sí, sí,
prácticas.
sí. Es que, mira, yo soy bien específica con el tiempo, hija. Pero no te preocupes, si tú no has terminado, solamente me dejas saber.
Ok,
Lo que pasa es que yo trabajo bien así, me gusta trabajar bajo el tiempo, cuando son clases, vea. Pero si usted dice, mire, teacher, me da más tiempo, dígame, siéntase en la libertad de decirlo. Lo que pasa es que yo calculo, ¿verdad? Hoy voy a ir calculando, pero ustedes tómense su tiempo. Tampoco hasta las 10 de la mañana, no, tampoco. Chicos, me voy a levantar un ratito para ir a traer un vaso con agua, ¿ok? Ya saben de que yo siempre toda la vida estoy tomando cosas porque hablamos mucho. Así que si tienen alguna duda, no estoy ahorita acá, en lo que voy con el vasito con agua, ¿ok? Okay, if you have any question, please feel free to let me know. Remember, it's not a competence. If you need more time, please feel free to let me know.
Teacher,
Yes, please.
can you give us more time?
Yes, of course. ¿Qué les parece 9:10?
Yes, yes, perfect.
Okay,
Yes, teacher, thank you
okay.
so much.
Don't worry, okay. Don't worry. Thanks, Mauricio. Amaya, I got your answers and I already check it out. And Anita, thanks to you too. I got your results. So yes, one exercise is missing, right? The practice 4. Okay, thank you. Thanks, Alessandra. I already received your answers too. Thank you. Thank you, Jackie. In the exercise number 4, practice 4, exercise 8. Maybe you got a mistake on the handwriting. You say my room us. Yo creo que fue error de dedo.
Yes, the
Yes.
word is, yeah.
Practice 4, exercise 8. My room is. Yo creo que fue error de dedo. Thank you.
Escribí O en lugar de I.
Yes. Okay, just, I think Irene is missing. Do you need more time, Irene?
No, I already finished.
Excellent, thank you. Okay, I'm just waiting for Irene's answer, and then we are going to continue. Wow, thank you. Excellent. Thank you. Nice job, Irene. I already received your answer. Okay, thank you. So let's see, Mauricio, turn on your audio, please. 5, 4. Mauricio, 3.
Yes, I'm here.
How was the practice? Easy, right?
Yes, easy.
Okay, so let's see, Alessandra, how was the practice? Very easy, teacher.
Yeah.
Excellent. Perfect. Anita, what about you?
Easy too.
Excellent. Thank you. Because you are very intelligent. Jackie, what about you?
Easy peasy.
Easy peasy. Thank you. And Irene, what about you?
Well, it was easy and
Excellent.
interesting.
Yes, perfect. Thank you so much. And it's another way to practice too. It is not conventional, o sea, no lo convencional, que hagan oraciones, que no, tenemos que aprovechar lo que tenemos ahorita, las herramientas virtuales. So, to continue with the next, look at this one. How do you teach adjectives? For example, let me ask to Jackie, could you please turn on your audio? Jackie, if today will be your first day at school and the topic is the adjectives, which way would you like to use to teach? But your public is high school. How do you teach adjectives in high school? La misma pregunta les voy a hacer a todos.
Okay.
This is your first day at school and you are going to teach to teenagers, high school. And the topic is adjectives. Please.
Okay. First, I going to play a video
Mhm.
on YouTube, and there, then I going to explain the rules because I going to ask.
Mhm.
There are some questions, and if possible, I going to pass the rules in some page each
Mhm.
student and give them some examples.
Excellent. Thank you so much. Choose one student. Alessandra, Anita, Irene, or Mauricio.
Alejandra.
Alessandra, thank you. What about you, Alessandra? Which way would you like to use to teach adjectives but in kindergarten?
My gosh. Well, um, first, I think that I could have some objects of the classroom, rest of the classroom, things that
Mhm.
items that the children used to use. And first, I think that repeat after me.
Yes.
um,
Mhm.
feel small and try to show things that are like
Mhm.
that. For
Yeah.
example, I don't know if you can see my camera. That is short,
For example, in
feel.
kindergarten, you can start with, okay, this is the rules for no way.
No, no, because
They won't pay
it's not. It's
attention.
impossible. Exactly. So this is just uh, for the adjectives.
Mm-hmm.
Small, big. Then, if you want to teach
Yes.
comparative,
Yes.
this is smaller than this. This is
Excellent.
smaller than this. And you have to create actions. Okay, Pedro, what is bigger than this? He has to
Yes.
repeat. I think that is the better way. I don't know.
Yes, it is really nice. Thanks for opening your cameras to explain us. Thank you so much. Please, Alessandra, choose the next student. I got Anita or Irene.
Eden.
Thank you. Irene, what about you? For example, this is your first day at sixth grade, sexto grado. Which way would you like to use to teach adjectives?
It depends if the class is online. First, I introduce the topic that
Mhm,
indicates an adjective. And then I chose some game
mhm,
and I help them to identify how to use the adjective with
mhm,
object. And if the class is face to face, I would take a few pages, and in the page I will show some exercise.
mhm,
But first I introduce the topic, and
mhm,
then we resolve the exercise, but
mhm.
I will explain step by step.
Excellent, excellent. One tip is using flashcards. Hey, eso de utilizar las flashcards. ¿Vieran cómo llama la atención? No solo de los niños chiquitos, también incluso en bachillerato llama la atención. Using flashcards. Thank you so much. Let's see, Anita, I'm going to conclude with your opinion, please. This is your first day at first grade. Primer grado, Anita. How would you like, or which way would you like to use to teach the topic adjectives?
Maybe like using like different objects that are in the classroom,
Uh-huh.
or also, as you said before, I like to use flashcards because that material catches the attentions to the students. So maybe
Mm-hmm.
flashcards, or also like using objects the students have, like their
Excellent.
own objects.
Perfect. Thank you so much. You got idea. Perfect. So I got some funny ways of find, in this case, 5 examples. How can we teach adjectives? But this is focused on the primary grades, from kindergarten to 6th grade. Number one, how students use adjectives to describe a real object. As Alessandra said, okay, I got 2 objects, so I'm going to describe it. This is this one and this is this one. Have younger students explore opposite adjectives and what they mean. It is important not to teach just what's the meaning. So it is important to use and teach what is the opposite. ¿Se acuerdan cuando hicimos el ejercicio? Ok, dame el opuesto de eso, que ustedes me estaban dictando las respuestas. So, number 3, have students short adjectives versus. Start with the simple adjectives. Big, tall, small, etc. Short adjectives, and then continue with the adjectives with 3 syllables. Nunca inicien con los adjetivos beautiful, intelligent. Inicien con los adjetivos pequeños, cortos, and work with adjective shades, of meaning. Okay, I got this one. What does it mean? This is an elephant. Okay, this is an elephant. Perfect. So, the elephant is big. Simple adjectives. Nunca asuman que el alumno ya sabe. Usted siempre comienza en este caso con la base. Now, look at this. Oops, look at this one. For this coming Friday, para ese próximo miércoles tienen su primera presentación, porque no solo en didáctica vamos a hacer simulaciones y simulacros de clases, sino que también en inglés avanzado. Follow the instructions. Aquí van a trabajar en parejas. Eli me pidió permiso, pero porfa díganmele a Eli que me escriba. Cuando termine la clase a mediodía, mándenmele un mensajito. Mira, dijo la teacher que le escribieras. So, para este próximo miércoles tiene su primera presentación. The oral presentation will be in couples. Estudiante 1, ahí tendría que ser estudiante 2. Pero voy a modificar eso, aunque yo sé que ustedes lo entienden, pero vamos a ver aquí, ahí estamos ya. Ok. Cada estudiante va a tener su rol. Siempre me encanta dar los roles, porque si no se pasan la pelota, que es que a él le tocaba hacer el mapa y no lo hizo, pero es que a ella le tocaba hacer la presentación y no lo hizo. Entonces a mí me gusta asignar roles, porque a mí me gusta trabajar en una forma ordenada. Para este miércoles usted tiene su primera presentación en parejas. Ustedes van a formar las parejas, yo no, porque ustedes se conocen mejor. Ok, el estudiante 1, ¿qué va a hacer el estudiante 1? Prepare a class based on the topic, fun adjectives. El tema, el único tema es fun adjectives. El mismo estudiante 1, aparte de preparar la clase, make a list. List, ahí hay un error de gramática, ST. Make a list 5 pp based on the topic. Lo más que quiero son 5 diapositivas. No me vaya a venir con 20, con 30. No, hombre, 5 diapositivas basadas con el tema de los adjetivos. Entonces, un alumno prepara, en este caso, la base del tema y ese mismo alumno va a hacer la presentación de la diapositiva. O sea, él va a hacer o ella va a hacer la estructura. Si van a poner imágenes, etcétera. Usted va a elegir también qué grado quiere enseñar. O sea, usted nos va a decir a nosotros que es para X grado, pero usted nos va a dar una mini presentación. No más de 5 diapositivas, por favor. No me va a venir con 20, no. Con 15, no. ¿Qué va a hacer el estudiante 2? Presentarse como el maestro de la clase. De los dos, ustedes eligen quién va a ser el maestro. Y ese mismo maestro al final tiene que hacer una dinámica. Make a dynamic based on the topic. Entonces, vos haces la presentación, como quien quiere decir, vos haces el cartel y yo lo expongo. ¿Dudas o preguntas, señores? Aprovechemos. Any question? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Señores, nos preparamos para el día miércoles. Teacher, vamos a hacer la presentación y en este caso yo le voy a dar la autorización en Zoom para que usted pueda proyectar imagen, para que usted pueda compartir pantalla. Ok, señores, la libre cátedra es de ustedes. Yo solamente les doy el tema nada más. De ahí como usted quiere enseñar el tema y al grado que usted quiere enseñarle el tema. Ok, eso es para el día miércoles. Tienen hoy toda la tarde, tienen mañana martes todo el día y al miércoles nos preparamos. Solo son 5 diapositivas. Ok. To finish and to conclude with the class, we are going to make the last dynamic. Possible adjectives for describing places. Could you please, Irene, could you please turn on your audio and just help me to read, please?
Yes.
Thank you. Go ahead. Beautiful. Just read.
Beautiful, ugly, big, large, small, little, clean, dirty, polite, cold, hot, convenient. Just beautiful, just that light.
Continue. All the
Okay.
information. Thank you.
Inconvenient, crowd, dangerous, safe, easy to, difficult to, hard to, expensive, cheap, famous, no, green, natural, build up highly, flat, historic, traditional, modern, important, unimportant, interesting, exciting, boring, loud, painful, near, close, far, noisy, quiet, northerly, southerly, old, new, relaxing, stressful, romantic, urban, rural, well, connected, insolite, westerly, easterly.
Okay, now, using those adjectives, you are going to watch a video. The video is always related with the topic. You're going to watch this video and in order to describe. But what are you going to describe? You're going to watch the video, but tell me about your favorite place to visit. Ok, ustedes van a ver ahí un video de los diferentes lugares que hay en nuestro hermoso El Salvador. You're going to choose your favorite according to question 1, 2, and 3. For example, number 1. Why do you consider it a good place to visit? What is the most popular attraction there? And use as many adjectives as you can. Siempre que vayamos a presentar un tema, yo ahorita les estoy enseñando a ustedes al mismo tiempo practicando inglés avanzado, al mismo tiempo aplicándolo como maestros. Siempre que ustedes vayan a dar un tema, traten de que las dinámicas, traten de que no se salgan del tema. O sea, ok, estamos hablando de adjetivos, no me voy a pasar a hablar de verbos, ¿verdad? Entonces, y hagan dinámicas así donde el alumno participe, porque es la mejor forma. ¿Cómo usted va a aprender? Practicing, not listening, no, practicing. So, according to question 3, you are going to answer based on the video below. So, my dearest students, please pay attention.
Buenos dias. Shane here. Welcome to El Salvador. So I brought the wife, my daughter, and a couple of friends. Let's have some Central American fun. Why not? Andale. Now, why, you ask, would I bring my family to El Salvador? Well, let me show you. We started out by checking out the roots of this place. We got the Pompeii of Central America here. Spend a night in Ataco. It's in Las Flores, I believe. The first thing you see is murals all over the place. If it's a weekend, you get to see a lot of activity in the streets, but really the weather is the ticket there.
Can you believe it, Elsie? We have this whole place to ourselves.
The wife really wanted to see a coffee tour. They're not actually harvesting right now, we're out of season, so I thought it'd be kind of a dud, especially because I don't drink coffee. And I'm glad we went because that's a rich history here as well. You get up to that elevation, not only is the weather great, but the coffee is really good.
This region is very beautiful.
I think the most tourists I saw on this entire trip was at an all-inclusive resort that we spent one day at, and that was plenty. I feel like a lot of these tourists probably go to these all-inclusive resorts because they feel like that's the only place they can be safe. In my mind, that's the only place that doesn't feel like you're in El Salvador anymore. So, you know, if that's your thing, it's here. But if it's not your thing, there's plenty of this. I've been to Costa Rica, I've been to Nicaragua. All those places are getting westernized really fast, and the beauty of this place is that everyone avoids it, so there's no one here. So it's really refreshing going to tourist sites and not having to deal with any tourists. You know, I avoided it just like everybody else. It's hard not to see the negative press that this place gets, but people that live here love this country. They want to show you the beautiful side of this place. And it's not really that hard to do because it's gorgeous. So if you happen to find yourself in El Salvador, don't panic. It's not so bad.
Don't get panic. Okay. I got 3 questions. Number 1, Why do you consider it's a good place to visit? You are going to choose 1. Number 2, what is the most popular attractions there? And number 3, use as many adjectives as you can. But the problem is, I got only 7 minutes. En 7 minutos no hacemos nada. So, señores, esto les va a quedar de homework para el día de mañana. En base al video que hemos visto, elija un lugar, o incluso si usted tiene otro lugar, pues que no haya aparecido en el video, igual usted también puede hablar. Basado en las 3 preguntas. So, do you have any questions or everything is clear, chata? Let me know. Okay, I don't have students. Yes, teachers. Yes, please.
I have a question.
Please.
It is about the homework that
Ajá.
we are, the adjective that we are going to teach. How much time we will have to teach?
My question. At least, yo creo que les va a tomar como it will take 10 minutes. Yes, no more than 10 minutes.
For each group.
For each group, yes. 10 minutes.
Okay.
10 minutes for each group.
10 minutes for each couple, yes.
Okay.
No creo que les tome más de 10 minutos. Yes, it's not a big presentation, okay, que la clase la van a dar ustedes. No, this is just for practice. Like a pininos, como que para que vayamos haciendo los pininos ya.
Teacher, but
yes.
Just one person is going to teach,
Yes.
right? Okay.
We got a couple, but just one is going to be the teacher, just one. The second is going to prepare the class. And the first one is going to prepare the class, and the second is going to be our teacher this coming Wednesday. Another question more? 5, 4.
About the video, teacher.
Yes, please, Jackie.
Hear the question because I need to take a scan.
Yes, of course. Okay, wait, please. Okay. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, se los voy a mandar también ahí al chat.
This is for tomorrow, right?
This is for tomorrow. Yeah, solo son 3 preguntitas fáciles. This is for tomorrow.
But these questions are not about the video, right?
No. If you want, you can choose some of the options about the video. But if you say, teacher, I like a paneca and I didn't see on the video, it didn't appear. So no, if you want to talk about a paneca, if you want to talk about San Miguel, Santa Ana, yes, it's your option. Based on the 3 questions. Eso sí, basada en las 3 preguntas. Another question more, or everything is clear?
Everything is clear.
Thank you so much. Really nice. Okay, my dearest students, tomémonos un pequeño break y nos vemos a las 10 en punto. Ok, ahí les mandé la foto por si no lograron copiar ahí las preguntas. Señores, see you in a few minutes.
Bye.
Bye.